Welcome to True Crime Andy. This channel is all about exploring thought-provoking true crime stories. We source most of our content from court documents and other reliable sources to provide detail and accuracy. Our channel is new, and we're just finding our feet. So we'll appreciate any thoughts or feedback that you have for us in the comments section below. It will be appreciated if you could hit the subscribe button with your support, so we can continue to produce more true crime content. Thank you for watching. This is the story of Ruja Ignatova, who has been on the FBI's most wanted fugitive list. She recently resurfaced from her hideout after disappearing 5 years ago. In the year 2014, Ignatova introduced a brand new cryptocurrency called OneCoin. She promised the world that OneCoin would be the currency of the future. But instead, it turned out to be one of the largest financial scams in history. Ms. Ignatova is a Bulgarian-born German citizen, and at the time of writing this story, she is the only female on the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives list. She was a flashy, charismatic and confident businesswoman who called herself the Cryptoqueen, and was best known as the founder of OneCoin Limited, a Bulgaria-based company that marketed a fraudulent cryptocurrency and multi-level marketing scheme, OneCoin. Ignatova and others were accused of defrauding investors worldwide of billions of dollars. She persuaded millions of people all over the world to invest in OneCoin by promising them fantastic returns and the chance to take part in a groundbreaking new financial system. OneCoin was promoted as a cryptocurrency that was comparable to Bitcoin, and its creators predicted that it would surpass Bitcoin in popularity. OneCoin claimed to be a decentralized digital currency that would compete with Bitcoin. But there is evidence that OneCoin was a Ponzi scheme and has been described as one of the biggest scams in history. Ignatova and her associates held huge events around the world, where she would give inspiring speeches and talk about OneCoin's potential to change the world. And they created an elaborate online platform that made it seem like OneCoin was a legitimate cryptocurrency with real value. But in reality, OneCoin had no value at all. It was never traded on any cryptocurrency exchange, and there was no way to exchange OneCoin for any other currency. But the investors didn't know this. Behind the slick marketing and glitzy events, OneCoin was nothing more than a pyramid scheme. Ignatova and her partners began pitching OneCoin to potential investors, promising them astronomically high returns on their money that could range from 5 to 10 times their original investment. Investors were encouraged to recruit new members and earn bonuses for doing so. But the only way to make money was to recruit more people and convince them to invest in OneCoin. People who bought into the hype invested in OneCoin, and after doing so, they were encouraged to sell OneCoin packages to their friends and relatives. Once these individuals had invested, they were then urged to encourage their friends and relatives to do the same. OneCoin packages, which ranged from the starter package to the tycoon trader package, catered to different income levels. With the high promises made to potential investors, a buying frenzy ensued. For many investors, that was a dream come true. Certainly, that was a fast way to become wealthy, they thought. In order to execute the scheme, Ignatova allegedly made false statements and representations to individuals in order to solicit investments in OneCoin. She instructed victims to transmit investment funds to OneCoin accounts in order to purchase OneCoin packages, causing victims to send wire transfers representing these investments. When speaking amongst themselves, Ignatova and her business associates were known to call their investors idiots and crazy. Typically, cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin are digital assets that are created and managed by a global decentralized network of computers, as opposed to a bank or government. Bitcoin, for example, is mined or created by professional crypto miners using armies of servers in data centers. Ignatova and her associate, Sebastian Greenwood, claimed that OneCoin was also mined using computing power like Bitcoin and recorded on a blockchain. But that was false. Investigators believe that OneCoin was not mined the way cryptocurrencies are supposed to be mined, through computer resources. And there was no evidence of an actual blockchain or cryptocurrency network. OneCoin was not listed on any legitimate cryptocurrency exchanges and was widely criticized as a Ponzi scheme and a fraudulent operation. OneCoin claimed to have a private, centralized blockchain. But standard cryptocurrencies are supposed to have a public, not private, decentralized blockchain. This meant that OneCoin users could not see the transactions across the currency. OneCoin's alleged private blockchain allowed only OneCoin, and not the investors, to see any of the transactions. Basically, OneCoin, the company, served as the only regulator of the currency, and its value was not based on market supply and demand like other cryptocurrencies. The value of OneCoin was manipulated privately by OneCoin itself. OneCoin operated as an MLM network, through which members received commissions for recruiting others to buy OneCoin packages. This MLM structure influenced the rapid growth of the OneCoin member network. According to OneCoin's own promotional materials, more than 3 million people invested in fraudulent OneCoin cryptocurrency packages. Their records showed that from the fourth quarter of 2014 to the fourth quarter of 2016, OneCoin generated more than $4.3 billion in revenue and $2.9 billion in profits. Throughout the entire scheme, OneCoin is believed to have defrauded victims out of more than $4 billion. About $50 million came from investors in the U.S., according to court documents. Many investors put in a lot of their own money because they were excited about the huge returns they were promised. They also got their friends and families to invest. OneCoin operated like a classic pyramid scheme, recruiting investors without providing any actual product, with new investors' money used to pay earlier investors' returns. Because there was no real product to sell, the only way to make money was to recruit more people. But Ignatova and her team went to great lengths to hide this fact. OneCoin was considered a Ponzi scheme due to its organizational structure of paying early investors using money obtained from newer ones. Ignatova and her partners targeted those who did not fully understand the ins and outs of cryptocurrencies. They faked transactions that weren't recorded by a real blockchain. And the release and circulation of what looked like cryptocurrency weren't created through mining like they were supposed to. Investors didn't realize that OneCoin was one big scam. OneCoins were entirely worthless, said Damian Williams, the U.S. lawyer who prosecuted Ignatova. At the top of the MLM pyramid, Greenwood was said to have earned about $21 million per month. Yes, a whopping $21 million per month. And in just 1 year, Ignatova would acquire property investments worth over $20 million in Bulgaria alone. In May 2016, Ignatova celebrated her 36th birthday in a lavish ceremony at the famous and prestigious Victoria and Albert Museum in London, England. There were Rolls-Royce, fine expensive champagne, cigars, expensive suits, and long flowing gowns. The event was attended by Ignatova and Greenwood's most prestigious acquaintances. Well, every scam that has a beginning must come to an end someday. The OneCoin scam started cracking in 2016, when investors had a hard time selling their OneCoins to recoup their original investments. Word began to spread online that the business was a scam. Some affiliates claimed that they had not been able to withdraw funds from OneCoin for weeks. Others claimed they hadn't been paid for months. Disgruntled investors who were unable to execute withdrawal requests started posting about their frustration on OneCoin's Facebook page. The majority of withdrawal complaints posted to the Facebook page were, however, censored and promptly removed by page administrators. While investors struggled unsuccessfully to withdraw the money that OneCoin represented to them that they had earned, the Cryptoqueen was busy buying property investments worth millions of dollars. This got the attention of media outlets, and they started asking questions. They found out that Ignatova was spending millions of dollars buying properties. The Bulgarian news outlet, Capital, published an article titled, "Dr. Ruja and Buying Property Out of Nothing." According to reports, Ignatova also laundered OneCoin funds through her mother, sometimes using convoluted schemes and fictitious offshore shareholders. Numerous multimillion-dollar OneCoin real estate transactions were conducted through shell corporations, with paid stooges in place to obfuscate the trail. As soon as the transactions were finalized, Ruja Ignatova and her family either vanished or resumed their positions as directors of the shell companies used to acquire the properties. Indeed, OneCoin was a well-planned and well-executed fraud. Then, international and U.S. federal investigators got involved. In October 2017, the U.S. Department of Justice charged Ignatova with 1 count each of wire fraud, conspiracy to commit wire fraud, securities fraud, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Each of the charges carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. She was also charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud, which carries a maximum 5-year sentence. A federal judge in New York issued a warrant for her arrest. But the FBI said Ignatova learned that OneCoin was being investigated after she bugged an apartment belonging to her American boyfriend. She found out that her boyfriend was cooperating with a federal probe into her company's practices. Less than 2 weeks later, on October 25, 2017, Ruja Ignatova boarded a commercial flight from Sofia, Bulgaria, to Athens, Greece, and disappeared, leaving her business partners to take the fall for the failing company. She became a fugitive from justice after authorities in the United States issued a warrant for her arrest. The Cryptoqueen, who previously enjoyed the spotlight and big events, was now in hiding. Her brother, Konstantin Ignatov, took over the operation of OneCoin after Ignatova fled. Most of OneCoin's leaders disappeared or were arrested. While Cryptoqueen Ruja Ignatova escaped arrest, her brother, Konstantin Ignatov, was arrested in March 2019 at Los Angeles International Airport as he was about to board a flight to Bulgaria. In November 2019, he pleaded guilty to charges of wire fraud, conspiracy, money laundering, and fraud. Sebastian Greenwood, Ruja Ignatova's partner, fled. But he didn't stay free for very long. He was arrested in July 2018 in Koh Samui, Thailand, and extradited to the U.S. Greenwood, a 45-year-old citizen of Sweden and the United Kingdom, pleaded guilty to 1 count each of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Each carries a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison. In March 2023, OneCoin's former legal and compliance officer, Irina Dolkinska, was caught and extradited from Bulgaria to the United States. So, who is Ruja Ignatova, the self-proclaimed crypto queen? Ruja Ignatova was born in Ruse, Bulgaria, on May 30, 1980, to a Romani family. When she was 10 years old, her family emigrated to Germany, where young Ruja spent part of her childhood in Schramberg. The family later became German citizens and held German passports. Ignatova allegedly claimed to have studied at the University of Oxford in England, and in 2005, she earned a PhD in private international law from the University of Constance in Germany. She was married to German lawyer Björn Strell, with whom she had a daughter in 2016. It appears that Ignatova is not new to the world of criminal activities. Records show that Ruja Ignatova had been involved in criminal activities in the past in Germany. This was prior to her affiliation with OneCoin. In 2012, she was convicted of committing fraud in Germany. The allegation was in connection with her and her father's acquisition of a company. Shortly after they acquired the company, it was declared bankrupt under dubious circumstances. At the time, Ms. Ignatova was given a suspended sentence of 14 months imprisonment. Also, in 2013, a year before she founded OneCoin, she was involved with another multi-level marketing scam called Bitcoin. Just like with OneCoin, the main problem with Bitcoin was that investors couldn't do anything with it. Like all Ponzi points, Bitcoin had no value. The internal value of Bitcoin crashed, and was on the verge of collapse. This prompted the company to create yet another cryptocurrency, BNA. However, BNA also crashed upon its release. Shortly after the crash of BNA, OneCoin was launched in 2014, and the rest is history. For all intents and purposes, OneCoin was a clone of Bitcoin. OneCoin was basically a clone of a twice-failed Ponzi scheme. OneCoin's fraudulent cryptocurrency scheme was conducted by offshore companies OneCoin Limited based in Bulgaria and registered in Dubai, and One Life Network Limited, registered in Belize. Ruja Ignatova and Sebastian Greenwood founded both companies. Today, the OneCoin scam has been exposed, but the damage has already been done. Investors around the world lost billions of dollars, and many are still trying to recover their losses. Many investors lost everything in OneCoin. Many are still trying to come to terms with what happened, and hope that someday they'll be able to get their money back. The OneCoin scam was a cautionary tale about the dangers of investing in something that seems too good to be true. It is a reminder that we should always be skeptical of promises of easy money, and conduct our own research before investing in anything. Many of the characters behind the OneCoin scheme had been previously involved in similar and different schemes and business malpractices separate from each other. U.S. prosecutors alleged the OneCoin scheme brought in approximately $4 billion worldwide. Where is all the money? In China, law enforcement was able to recover about $267.5 million while prosecuting 98 people. OneCoin is no longer operational, with the token unusable and its website shut down and inactive. The Ponzi scheme was shut down in many countries, and its leaders faced legal action and arrest. However, its founder, the woman in the long gowns and flashy jewelry, eluded authorities for more than 5 years. And her whereabouts remained a mystery until now. The U.S. Department of Justice labeled OneCoin as one of the largest cryptocurrency scams in history, estimating that the company had fraudulently raised over $4 billion from investors around the world. In May 2022, the European Union Agency for Law Enforcement Cooperation, Europol, added Ruja Ignatova to their Europe's Most Wanted list, offering a €5,000 reward for information leading to her arrest. And on June 30, 2022, the United States Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, added Ruja Ignatova to the FBI's 10 Most Wanted Fugitives list for her alleged leadership of a massive fraud scheme that affected millions of investors worldwide. She is the 11th woman to be placed on the FBI's Most Wanted list since the agency's inception in 1950. And currently the only woman on the hit list. The FBI is offering a reward of up to $100,000 for information leading to her arrest. According to the FBI report, Ignatova is believed to travel with armed guards. In November 2018, there were unconfirmed rumors that one of the largest cocaine traffickers in Bulgarian history, Taki, had ordered the murder of the Cryptoqueen. They speculated that the murder allegedly occurred on a yacht in the Ionian Sea, more than a year after Ignatova was last seen in Athens. The rumors claimed that the body of the murdered woman was cut up and thrown into the water. However, recent events have now proven those rumors to be false, because Ms. Ignatova is very much alive. In January 2023, it was reported that Ruja Ignatova resurfaced, and had come out of the woodwork to claim one of her properties in London. It happened that a certain penthouse apartment in the London suburb of Kensington, England, went up for sale with an asking price of about $15.5 million. The price was later downgraded to about $13.6 million. This turned out to be one of the properties Ignatova purchased through shell corporations. It is understood that Ruja Ignatova purchased the penthouse under the name of a company called Abbott's House Penthouse Limited, based in Guernsey. Guernsey is a well-known tax haven with very little government oversight. By purchasing the property under an assumed name, Ruja Ignatova was able to keep her name out of public records and land registry deeds, as the owner. Unfortunately for her, a new rule in the United Kingdom forced her out of hiding. This is because the new laws require her to be added as the property owner, rather than just her shell company. The most wanted woman in the world is now officially listed as the ultimate beneficial owner of a London penthouse, worth millions of dollars. Knight Frank, a company that sells high-end homes, had advertised the property for sale, but quickly took it down when it came out that Ignatova had ties to it. Now that the link has been confirmed between Ruja Ignatova and the penthouse apartment in Kensington, and she has been forced out of hiding, This could be the breakthrough the FBI has been waiting for, to finally bring Ruja Ignatova to justice. If you have any information regarding the whereabouts of Ruja Ignatova, you are requested to contact the FBI, or the nearest American embassy, or consulate. How long do you think it will be until Ruja Ignatova is caught and brought to justice? Let us know what you think about this case in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel for support. Thanks for watching.